What's up, everyone? Jeremy here, mtgheadquarters.com, renewing my Sealed Saturday series. So, I'm going to open these packs. We're going to pretend we're in a little sealed event. But for right now, we just do what we always do. We open them up and we look at the uncommons and the rares. Then we'll color sort it. The Shipbreaker Kraken is good. In sealed, it's very, very, very good. The format isn't exactly slow enough anymore to reliably get to 6 or 8 mana, but Labyrinth Champion, Fanatic of Mogus is really good. Mogus, but I would say that. In sealed, if you plan around it, with some counter spells and some removal, Dissolve's good. Artisan of Forms, it's all right. It's really not that good. Let's see. Gray Merchant, the most uncommon common. Crone Horse, I hate that card. It is frustrating to deal with in limited, though. I kind of see it here and there. Sometimes I play it. It hasn't really won me anything. I've seen other people, Ashen Rider. I don't know. You're not gonna play a lot of 8-drops. I hate turn 5 ripping that when I need an answer to rip that thing off the top of your deck. In limited, it's just too hard to get that card to go off. At least with stuff like Shipbreaker Kraken, you get value early. We did not get really any bomb rares. That I would say. I'm just going to sort these, and we'll go through them by color. Alright, I'm back. None of the colors really have enough in them to consider going mono anything. It's really difficult to do in sealed. You can pull it off in draft. I've done it a few times, played mono black. We're set up with the green. Commune with the Gods, no. Satyr Heinous is okay. Nihilist Presence, I like that card. Feral Invocation is good. But there's just not enough here. Vulpine Goliath is okay. Sedge Scorpion's really good. There's just not enough here in green to be a main color. We'll go through the red. Titan of Eternal Fire, I don't know. Magma Jet is really good. Spiritual is actually good. I play it oftentimes for the scry. And there's enough 2/1 creatures that it can make it worth it, and you can always deal it to their dome too. Rage of Perforos is okay. Stone Shock Giant's good. Fanatic of Mogus is good. Labyrinth Champion is good, really, really good, if you can combine it with something that's enough heroic. Wild Servants. I wouldn't play this if not for the Fanatic of Mogus. We got no Ordeals, Ill-Tempered Cyclops. We've got good red here. Good red. So that's a very strong possibility. Look at white. Hopeful Idelion is good. Battle-Wise Valor is very good for triggering heroic. God's Willing is good. There's not enough there, I think. We'll go through blue because I remember seeing that was not the greatest. Cosine, there's some good pieces here to blue. Cosine Chimera Vaporkin's really good. Shipbreaker Kraken's really good. Nimbus Naiad. Oh wait, there's lots of good blue stuff. Sea God's Revenge, Triton Tactics. Dissolve is good. We have a lot of good heroic stuff here, but we don't have many ways to trigger it. That's a problem. For black, we have some solid black. Rescue from the Underworld is a great combo with Gray Merchant. Farika's Cure is really good. Return Phalanx is really good. I mean, actually, we have really good black here. Cavern Lampert, good removal. Yeah, I think you gotta play black. Oh, and for our 2-color, we have Spellheart Chimera, which is not, I mean, it's good and constructed. Sentry of the Underworld if we're playing black-white, but I don't think we are. Shipwreck Singer if we're playing black-blue, which we may do. So let's put that there. Magma Jet is great for Scry 2. Now you really got to decide. So for artifacts, Burnished Heart, I love this card. I play it anytime. It's not first pickable to me, but I really, really like it. Opaline Unicorn's a possible. Crone Horse, I'm not playing it. I'm just kind of separating out the playables now. So let's go back over red and see. I mean, boy, this is kind of tough. There's good playables here in red. But the Cronin Crusader is good, but we don't have anything to trigger Heroic. That's a big problem. 1 Titan Strength. I mean, that's not really enough to, you know. It's either going to be blue-black or blue-red. Now, this is good enough fixing to maybe go 3-color and get greedy, but a lot of the good 2-color or cards that I would want to splash might have they have 2 mana symbols in them. So what I like to do in this scenario is like probably commit. White has got some good stuff, but not enough. God's Willing is great. Don't get me wrong. Battle-Wise Valor is great. But you got to make decisions. You're on the clock with limited, right? So I see. I always thought the camera was shaking, but I'm shaking the table when I'm leaning over here. Shipwreck Singer is good enough to push black-blue. Is probably the first deck I would build. But I would keep black-red in case. Right? You've got good creatures here. I mean, if I took out the playables, in my opinion, in red, like the first tier playables, Magma Jet, maybe 1 Rage of Perforos is not that great. Stone Shock Giant, Magus, Labyrinth Champion, these are all good. Ill-Tempered Cyclops is overlooked. 6/6 Trampler when it gets monstrous. Titan Strength. So we don't have enough humans to really use that other card. Mostly giants. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, Fanatic of Mogus is okay, but in limited, it's difficult to get enough. Like, I mean, Gray Merchant is great in limited because it's a double swing. You know, you gain life, they lose life, and it comes with 2 mana symbols attached to it. But Fanatic only has 1, and we don't have a lot of double red mana symbols. Most of our good red stuff is removal. So we may want to splash like Magma Jet, maybe, but I feel comfortable going black-blue here. And by the way, from what I can tell, if you were playing 4 rounds, I would probably say this deck's like a 3 wins at best. Okay. So let's look at playables here. Shipwreck Singer, yes. Rescue from the Underworld, yes, because we have Gray Merchant. I like Farika's Cure. I like Return Phalanx. Insatiable Harpy. Read the Bones is excellent. Return Centaur is like on the bubble. Loathsome Katibalas. He sucks. I mean, he's all right. I've actually played him before, but I wouldn't consider him first tier playable. Cavern Lampert definitely is. Sip of Hemlock, yes. Baleful Idelion. Gray Merchant, Erebos Emissary. This is very, very good black stuff. Boon of Erebos is great because it can trigger Heroic too. These, maybe you play the Burnished Heart just because it helps ramp. Shipbreaker Kraken, absolutely. Vaporkin is great. Cosine Chimera is not. Nimbus Naiad is. Sea God's Revenge is. Titan Tactics is great. Triton Tactics. Gainsay is sideboard. Lost in the Labyrinth is... Artisan of Forms. This is a bubble card. I mean, late game, you really want that card to come out late game. Dissolve, yes. Cosine Chimera, no. Stymied Hopes, maybe. Fortune Hunter, yes. Maybe the Annuls are first tier, but not necessarily. I've played without them. I like to side them in, you know, but really almost everybody plays with at least an enchantment creature. So they're really not that, they're not as risky as maybe they would have been in the previous metas. So what do we have here? Feels like about 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Damn, I was close. We got to cut 4. I would definitely cut 1 Annul. 2 Precinct Chimeras might be greedy. I like Stymied Hopes. The problem is, late game, it's worthless. You're basically paying 2 to scry 1 because almost nobody taps out. But I'll tell you what, Stymied Hopes is great on turn 4 or 5 when they're putting out their big fatties, and you can, you know, when they tap out or someone taps out for Sip of Hemlock on turn 6, and you can cancel it. It's a really powerful swing. So I don't know that I would cut it right away. It's a bubble card. I mean, I have, well, how many Ferricus Cure? I think I have 3. So I might go down to 2 of those. If somebody has an enormous amount of small creatures, maybe I'll bring it back in. So how many creatures do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. This is not a bad deck. It's actually coming together pretty good as we cut stuff. So we've been a null. We really can't cut any creatures. Seek Out's Revenge. I mean, it's a bubble card. It's just so, it's such a blowout, though. I really like having it. I like the Burnished Heart because you want to get to... You really like to get to Monstrous on that Shipbreaker Kraken. So you could... I guess I might cut the Stymied Hopes and just see. If somebody's really aggressive, we can remove stuff with the Ferricus Cure. We have a Read the Bones, which is excellent. I guess on the bubble would be Rescue from the Underworld too. It's a great combo with Grey Merchant, but how often is that going to be on the table? You know, once during the day maybe. It's great when you have Enter the Battlefield type effects, though. I think we have enough early removal that I would cut the Stymied Hopes, you know, because we have what we have here is a really solid 23 actually, and we have some good board cards. We could bring in the Artisan of Forms if we wanted. We could put in extra Ferricus Cure if we needed, if they were really aggro. We could play the Stymied Hopes. We could board in another Annul if you're playing like red-green. Red-green Annuls are freaking great, you know, because there's so many enchantment creatures, first of all. So, you know, in the early half, we have, you know, in the early part of the game, you know, 3 drops or less. We have Dissolves. We have Triton Tactics, which is awesome. Can be a blowout at times. Early creatures, we've got Nimbus Naiad, Triton Fortune Hunter, Vaporkin, so we can apply some early pressure. Baleful Idelion, great late game if we need to bestow it on something and maybe trigger something heroic. But if nothing else, it's a good thing just to have sitting out there, trade with their best creature. Sip of Hemlock, we've got late game removal. Cavern Lampad is great for evasion because it has... Intimidate. I almost always like to hold out and put this on something, right? Unless they're playing black, then it doesn't matter. Insatiable Harpy's excellent. 2/2 with evasion, but it's lifelink. A lot of times you can just toss this out there and swing 10 life before they can deal with it. And then you've got Return Phalanx, just excellent for early pressure. And Shipwreck Singer is really, really good. I've had some blowouts. If you watched my stream the other night, I had like 3 2/1s on the board, and he wiped out my entire force when I attacked with his Shipwreck Singer. It's just great overall. It's a good control-y card. Late game, if you're aggressive and you want him to, attack, if he's got 1 or 2 blockers that are annoying you, or he's got like a Sedge Scorpion with Death Touch sitting out there holding back your Shipwrecker Kraken, you can make it attack with this and then come untouched next turn. So it's just a very versatile card. It's flying. So you have good early game. You have evasion for days. You have good early removal. You have all the good stuff you'd like to see from blue in terms of dissolves, annuls, stymied hopes if we wanted. Late game, we can drop some Precinct Chimeras. Those can be win cons. Sea God's Revenge can be practically a win con. Shipbreaker Kraken going monstrous can be a win con. We've got Burnished Heart for ramping. I really like this. We've got Boon of Erebos to either A, swing in for 2 extra damage, B, regenerate a creature, C, win a trade. You've got a lot of value there. This is probably, now that I more look at it, probably a good 3-win deck, I think. No bombs, no Thasas or anything like that, but you've got some really good creatures. Actually, I shouldn't say that because Shipbreaker Kraken's a bomb. I'd probably go 17 land. I would go 9 black, 7 blue. Or 9 and 8, I mean. Because it's pretty dead even. You've got a lot of double blue early. And you've got a lot of double black early. Like, nothing sucks more than being on turn 3 and getting pinged in the face by a 3/1 or a 2/1 and having this in hand and not 2 black mana to cast it. So, but you've got almost everything we've got here is flying, evasion, or it has extra fun. So if you can really build your 23 out of cards that aren't vanilla, you're going to do all right. I think this deck would do all right. I hope, I look forward to hearing what you might change in the comment section down below. If you find these like limited deck techs helpful, please let me know and I'll keep the series going. And, maybe I'll do some on Moto or something like that. I know, your feedback is greatly appreciated. Please take a second to crush that thumbs up button. It's really, really appreciate it. And we'll talk to you again real soon. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Check out some of our most popular playlists, everything from MTG vlogs, gameplay video, new product breaks, and some insane vintage openings. And if you haven't yet, here's your opportunity to crush that subscribe button to join the fastest growing Magic the Gathering channel on YouTube. Thanks again, and we'll see you real soon.